Hi everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Um,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Austin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same thing, sir. Thank you so much.
Uh, Thank you. How you guys? All okay? Going good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All good.
Great,
Excited to start the
great.
training here.
Yeah, definitely we'll start. Upkendra, I can see you again. Welcome to the class. Srikant, thanks for joining. Shadik, Sakil. Aris, what's your full name?
Radhika Sun Mishra.
Okay,
Previously, I joined last week class.
okay. Let me put your name as a Mr. Rajay. We'll try.
Yes.
All right. Good, guys. Let's start the show. Let me share my screen. So, as this is something, a very beginning of the session. So, what we do the practice, we just do little bit introductions, and after that we proceed with the actual classes. So, just give me one more minute. Let me have a setup proper. Then we'll proceed with some intro, and then we'll start discussion on the actual topic.
Okay, sir.
All right, good. So let me see. Yeah, we'll start from here. All right. So I'll start with the Ajay. If you don't mind, can you just give brief introduction? Not too much, just what you're doing, what's the role, how much experience you have, what do you have expectation from this SDWAN session?
So currently working in solutions with 8 years of experience as network and security engineer.
Mhm.
So looking for something, having a knowledgeable session about SD-WAN, gaining in-depth knowledge. So that's what I'm looking for.
Good, good. So basically, Ajay, you are more in the routing switching, or some other technology also you're taking care about that.
The routing, switching, as well as firewalls and all
Okay.
those.
Which firewall basically you taking care right now, Ajay?
Every kind of follow to suppose
Very
48.
nice. Very nice. Palo Alto is very unique firewall. Suppose also have very high demand in the Indian market. Good to have this class like Ajay. I really love to work with you, and I'll just gain your experience, what you learn in the industry, you share with other peers also. So they will also get advantage from that. Thank you so much. Aust,
Yes.
how are you? Just share your feedback or what you're doing, your experiences.
Yeah, sure, sir. Well, it's really exciting to be part of this new batch, weekend batch.
Mhm.
I was, curious to join a weekend batch. So fortunately, I've got this batch. So I have 100% expectation from this batch, and especially the trainer seemed to be very friendly. Before joining this batch, I had a privilege talking to you. Thank you very much for giving me little bit idea like how you will take over this batch. So that
Mhm.
has really satisfied me, and so I have that thirst to learn and gain 100% from this batch with my 100% participation as well through all the activities. So about myself, I'm currently working as a senior network engineer, and I do handle platform related stuff like data center and internal IT infrastructure related stuff, mainly into routing, switching, firewall, and load balancer.
Mhm.
And uh, so, so now also I'm learning this SD-WAN, and then after learning SD-WAN, I have to upgrade my skill sets with automation as well,
Mhm.
since these are the current on-demanding market trends, right, in the technology. So
Good.
in 2025, I have these are the expectations to complete my SD-WAN and automation as well as Zscaler is also, it's a very,
Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
technology.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it will be, I believe it will be a good long go learning to be part of GUI net. And yeah, that's all about myself. Thank you.
Good to hear, Austin. And really, I'll try to meet your all expectation. I'll try to give my best to have a very great learning experience throughout this session. That's my commitment. What we even discussed on the one-to-one call, right?
Yeah.
So definitely, and you choose very right career path for the automation and advanced niche technology like Zscaler, right? Trust me,
Yes.
if you are going to upgrade yourself, I'm sure you're going to do that. It is going
Mm,
to game changing on your professional life because they are having the very high demand in the market, right? Network automations. It's like it's a mandate, like SD-WAN, it's a mandate. You
okay.
should have to be after some certain period of time because already you are in the seniors network engineer. So if you want to grow like architect, consultant, principal architect, senior principal architect, and you want
Mhm.
to lead some major project. So that's like unique niche and unique skill set must be there in your resume. So that is
Mm,
going to help to, drive the complex projects. All right.
mm,
So definitely we'll try to learn and we'll focus more on the SD-WAN as of now and gradually we'll shift our gear in different technology as per our need. Okay.
sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin. Hi, Amit ji. Good morning and welcome to the class.
Good morning, Vishalji. Good morning, everyone. Uh, so thank you for inviting, sending the invitation for the first class and setting up the expectation. So I'll be, just it's a get to know with the what SD-WAN is providing to the industry, right?
Mhm.
I'm working in telecom and SD-WAN word is not new to me, but yes, just because it is not there too much in telecom, so just want to add this in my portfolio. Yeah. And specifically I'll be seeing this class from two perspective. One would be how we can consult the customer and get the customer consultation done on getting into this technology. Other side is how we can do the implementation and have the team set up, etc., if needed.
Absolutely, Amit. And again, thank you so much. You just taken a call by yourself. Still, this product is not available in your environment, but still you thinking about the future and thinking how we can, like integrate if something is going to require in current organization or future organizations, this SDMN solution, so you can handle the wider audience, especially for the customer.
Yep.
So definitely together we'll try to learn this new baby and we'll try to do deep dive how it is going to work, how it is going to be configured, troubleshoot. So it is going to be great experience together. Thanks, Samirji, for joining the session. Yeah. Hi, Ms. Raji. Good morning. Can you just give us some brief introduction about yourself?
Good morning to all.
Yeah. Good.
I'm working like in NOC scenario, so where I used like protocols of OSPF, BGP, MPLS.
Mhm.
So like I'm working at the network engineer at like 6 years. It's my 6 years completed.
Mhm.
So I want to grow my I want to learn uh, uh, this
SD-WAN, right?
SD like SD-WAN, yeah,
Mhm.
SD-WAN and firewall also. So I'm
Mhm.
looking for grow my career.
Agree, Mr.
Yeah,
Raji. Good, good. So you are basically in Delhi NCR or somewhere other city?
yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm from MP, Jabalpur.
So you basically working from MP only or some other city?
Yeah, I'm working in Delhi.
Okay, working in Delhi.
Yeah,
Good. So you current organization also some sort of the firewall they are using or only the routing protocols, routing
they using routing protocols mostly.
uh, mostly, right?
Yeah,
And they all on a Cisco router, right?
it's the Juniper and Cisco both.
Okay. So this is just out of the box for the audience. I just want to understand. So you work both of the product, Juniper and Cisco. So which one is more complex and which one is more easy for you?
Like Juniper is easy for me because like I'm working for Juniper from last 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
so it's easy for me. And Cisco is also easy because I firstly when I learned CCNA, so I used to Cisco on
Mm-hmm.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
But currently Juniper easy for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear about that. Thanks, Mr. Raji, for joining the session. Hi, Rajkumar. Good morning. Can we have brief introduction?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes. Yes, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Your voice is not coming, Rajkumar.
One second.
Yeah, please take your time.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, good morning. Yeah. Actually, I'm 15 years of experience in total networking.
Mm-hmm.
And on FortiGate firewall, I have worked on FortiGate firewall and just want to advance my skill set and just joined in this SD-WAN.
All right. Yeah. So great. So basically, in last 15 year, Rajkumar, what do you have the great learning in terms of the routing, switching, or might be the firewalls, or might be some other skill set?
Yeah, actually,
Were you the Cisco, Juniper, or might be the Fortinet, where you are in the last 15 year, you just have the great experience.
Yeah, actually, 15 years in experience is totally included with the system administration, network administration. All things are included. Our company is a healthcare domain. There
Mm.
we require all type of services. So totally 5 to 6 years I worked on system administration like DC, Active Directory, and later on I moved to network administration, working on security like compliance things like CIA, confidentiality, integrity, information security management system. Means
Mhm.
all type of services we used in our networking team. We need to work on all the things. So not totally focused on routing and switching like that. Means I can do the static routing. We have it. We will create tunnels like that and FortiGate firewall from client end to our end.
So
And
basically,
then,
you are all rounder in terms of the your IT domain for your.
yeah, I'm not specific into anything. So
Uh,
just I want to be specific in some of the things. Now I have a plan for to be specific in one of the service like that. So
And
that selected.
that's going to define your career clear goal, because doing a lot of things in one go is might be not going to make you expertise in all go, right? All technologies. But if
Yeah,
you little bit like I believe Mr. Abhishek sir guided you correctly, if you fix your focus in one direction, so might
yeah,
be going to become expertise and you're going to grow a lot. But putting
yeah,
out all effort in different direction might be not going to give that much expertise. It's good to know, but you should also become an expert in one of the technologies. So that's going to help you boost your technology, because sometimes you have to deliver result oriented projects where you require expertise, right? And
yeah.
that's mandatory.
Actually, for now coming to the interviews, I got that to know, and I realized very late.
No problem. It's still not late, sir. Still not late.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
still you have a lot of thing which other people doesn't know not about that, right? Active
Yeah,
Directory have a skill set.
yeah.
Other
Now I have a chance to go in any service, any
so
specific thing.
that's again a good advantage, na?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
If
Yeah,
everyone is going to talk about that technology, at least you have the idea. That's
yeah,
the to add the value addition for you, which other people doesn't have. But what I'm thinking, idea is good, your knowledge is good, but become expert in either of the technology. So that's going to boost your, professional journey.
yeah,
All right. Thank you so much,
yeah,
Rajkumar ji, for this session. Okay, joining this.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. Ravi, I believe. Hi, Ravi. I believe he's internal staff. I'm not sure. Yeah, Shadik. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm good.
Yeah. Please brief us about yourself, so at least we all know about you as well.
So, sir, I'm currently working in Solution Global
Mm-hmm.
with Mr. Ajay, where he's working.
Oh, good. So you guys are peer, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we have a same experience.
Mm-hmm.
I have 7 years experience in routing, switching, and firewall,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 4 years experience in LLB, SLB, and web L7 firewall as well.
LLB, SLB, Citrix,
Yes.
Citrix.
No way. Array AVX.
Okay. I was thinking Citrix. Okay. Good. And what expertise you have in this particular routing switching?
I have in Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco or
Cisco.
Juniper.
No, only Cisco.
Only
Cisco and HP.
Cisco and HP. Okay, good.
Yes.
So you doing configuration troubleshooting as of now, or implementations, or any other task in current organization?
In current organization, I have implemented whole office network.
Wow, it's a good, right? So you and Ajay, or probably your team has deployed all of this network in Cisco and
Yes.
configuration and designing everything you guys done, right?
Yes, correct.
Very good, very good. Thanks, Shadik, for joining this session. All right, good. Sakil, good morning or good evening for you. What time? Sakil?
Yes, Vishal, sir. Yeah, it's actually good evening. 10:45 p.m. here. We had introduction in the last sitting last week, but
Yeah,
again one more time.
yeah. This basically why, because your colleague is here, colleagues are here, so probably it's always good to know each other.
Yeah. So my background is networking and Cisco. So I have CCNA and have prepared for most of the CCNP stuff, but just haven't taken the certification exam yet, but still working on it. So currently not working, and I would say that I just don't have a lot of experience with networking. So last I worked with networking was like 2017, and since then I have not done anything in this capacity. So I'm kind of frustrated. Whatever I did some 6-7 years ago. And so that's why I have joined this SD-WAN, because this is the current trend going on. And you just cannot survive without SD-WAN technology. And then I'm also working on my CCNP simultaneously.
Good to know, Sakil. And together we'll try to learn this SD-WAN. Okay. And to be honest, for
Yes.
everyone, not only Sakil, even you guys feel like I'm lacking for any special concept in CCNP level or even CCI level, and you want to get clarification from my side, you help, right? You just explain this particular topic. Just let me know. I will try my best to explain.
Yeah, I would appreciate it, sir, because like I said, I've been rusted. It was long time ago when I was working in networking, and I've been unemployed. We discussed this last time. So for a very long time, I've failed 6 or 7 interviews back to back, and again failed an interview just like a day before. So my concepts have
No worries,
been
Akhil.
rusted.
At least you have 6 time you have given the interview, so at most you have the 60 plus questions, right? Just note it down. Just try to figure it answer. And if you're not able to figure it out answer, just let us know during the classes. We'll try to get answers, right? We'll try to explain the answers.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you are stuck
Yeah.
anything, let's suppose tomorrow have an interview, and let's suppose unfortunately you're going to fail that, or might be your study interview was not well. So at least you can share your experiences with us. Hey, Vishal, I went to interview, they asked this question, I give that answers. Do you think it's a correct? So probably
Yeah,
I'll try my
I
best.
always like to share like what I faced in the interview. So if everybody in this class they're interested in knowing what questions were asked, I am willingly, happily I can share that information. But if we want to discuss the topics of the interview, that would be outside the SD-WAN domain, and I don't know if this is
No problem, Sakil. So at least you share your what question they have asked. Probably you are from the US, so other audience also going to get motivated. Might be they have the dream to work with the US, right? So they
absolutely. Yeah, we all
understand
do.
like what kind of the culture they have inside of the US and what interviewer are going to ask the questions.
Yeah,
No long term, short term goal of
exactly.
audience. So at least it is going to be for me. It's going to be value additions, right?
Yeah, yes, definitely. And like I said, I mean, I would be happy to share all this information with everybody in the class.
Thank you so much, Akil, and we wish you very all the best. And
Thank you, sir.
I'll be always take care. Right? I hope you'll get very soon job. This is my best wishes, and we'll try whatever is as we discussed in last time also.
Yes.
Whatever limited resources we have, we'll try to get any opportunity based on my reference. I will let you know as well. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you.
Thank you. Hi, Srikant. Very good morning.
Hi, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So I have total 6 years of experience, sir, but basically I'm from Karnataka. So I wasted like 4 years in non-technical, sir, like sales department related to same networking. So like giving best suggestions to ISP providers and small whoever residential internet service providers are there, right? Like the ACT, BBNL. So for them we are selling ONEOs, ONTs, and L2 switches, L3 switches. So after that, I got to know like I want to go to technical. So I started learning in the CCNA. Even currently, I'm working with Manas SR as well on CCNP. So just I wanted to add some more technical skills about SDWAN. So that's it.
Thanks, Srikant. Yeah, so definitely we'll learn from basic to advanced level of the SD-WAN, and we'll try to explore all the area. And wish you all the best in the session. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Srikant.
Thank
We
you.
left with last. Hi, Upkendra. Good morning. Ubendra, not Upkendra. Sorry.
Hi, sir. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Myself, Ubendra Kumar. I'm having a total years of experience, nearly 12 years. So, in Wipro and supporting for network related projects. So, day-to-day activities or implementations. So, we have to change related supports. So, I'm the part of handling Cisco and Extreme products. So I need to prove it myself to learn the new technology of the SD-WAN. So I'm to be here, Vishal.
Good. Thanks, Ubendra, for joining the session, and we'll start our learning today onward. All right. All right. So thank you so much, you all, for your great introduction. About me, let me just brief. So myself, Vishal, having almost 15 plus years of experience in networking, security, cyber security, and cloud networking. And I'm one of the passionate, I think you guys can give the feedback. I'm very passionate to deliver the training, mentor the people, and learn something new, and also learn from my audience what they have experiences. So the main agenda for taking this live classes, interacting with the people, to gain more and more knowledge. So if I have the more audience, they can share the more experiences of their networking, their security infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, and what I have I can share. And probably it is going to be win-win situation. I can upgrade myself and I can pass those messages to other audience who even not aware about that. So acting as a mentor, acting as a like technical trainers, or might be the consultant architect, because I keep delivering the projects as well. So almost I work from the starting telecom domain, routing, switching, and gradually moving the security, cyber security, and SD-WAN, whatever the new things we have in the market. I keep exploring, keep trying to drive the trainings so that I can add some value for the different kind of the people who are just trying to move in the IT, and even within the IT they want to grow, so they can go with the professional courses and they can just grow in their career. So definitely, I'll try my best, and I will try everything, whatever I can do that to just make sure you guys have the right skills, and whatever you just investing your time and money to just learn this technology, that is going to be justified. Okay, it's not like something you are here for something and you're not going to get that thing, and you just feel at end of the session, hey, this is not going to add a value for me. So feel free to share feedbacks also, right? Whatever need a improvement from my side, just you can put in chat. You can talk directly to me as well. If you still have any one-to-one session is going to require, you want to talk, reach out to your counselors, and they will definitely make me a Zoom meeting or might be a conference call with me, and we can have a discussion, open discussion, right? All right. Any questions anyone have, or we are good to start? Okay, I believe.
So,
Yes, Srikanth, all good?
is this like a fixed timing, sir? Weekend batches only, or are
Yeah,
you going to change
as of now, we have a fixed timing on the weekend. There are two slots are running. One is 9 to 11 IST AM, right? This is the one slot that is a fixed. Another slot we have 2 to 4 p.m. IST.
Okay.
That is also fixed. But this slot is running and day one class has been done. Means day one class,
Okay.
that means we discuss how to configure the controllers, what is the certification mechanism. So that all has been done. And here we are starting from zero, means day zero. Still, we have to start day
Sure.
zero. So day zero is something where we discuss about the introductions, we discuss about some basic things, even uh, before start the day zero actual configuration, we have one or two sessions where we just discuss about the basic principle, concept, routing, switching, underlay, overlay, IPsec, everything means related to networking. So at least you guys familiar what is the key concept of networking and how these all going to be used in the SD-WAN technology. Okay, clear? All right. So I noticed Rajiv Pandey joined. Hi Rajiv, good morning. You able to hear me?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, Rajiv. So actually, before you joined, we had an introduction of the all of the participants. So if you don't mind, can we have a short introduction before I can start the session? And I notice you just joined right now. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
yeah. Please go ahead and
Actually,
give just short introduction so we can have good understanding about you as well.
actually, I'm working in Wipro,
Uh-huh.
and my responsibility is like a technical manager role, right? So we don't have much idea about the hands-on experience, but I know the basic things about the like SD-WAN and technology.
Okay, good, Rajiv. Good. Thanks, Rajiv, for joining the session.
Mhm.
And definitely, we are going to start the session. So it is going to be win-win situation where you're going to learn a lot of things about the SD-WAN. Any experiences, if you want to being a senior resource of the Wipro, you want to share, you can share. So our audience is going to get, advantage from that as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's start. Welcome you all once again in Cisco SD-WAN next generation networking session. And let's start the session. And if you have any kind of the problem during the session, you can always reach out the support number, right? You can drop the message. You can talk to support executive. He or she will help you, right? And related to labs, related to any kind of the meetings, there are dedicated counselor for you all, right? But still, if you not happy with the counselor, you're not able to connect with any related things, you're not able to do that with the counselor, you can just reach out to support number. So they are definitely help you all about your all query. And if needed, I'll definitely available always in the classes. So I'll be definitely responsible to answer all query. But if you need immediate assistance, you can reach out. Also, you can visit websites. There are a lot of information are available. You can just find that. You can write emails also. There is email address. So somebody is going to monitor that email also. They are going to respond as well. So you are going to get proper support. So let's discuss how SD-WAN history has been started and now where we stand in 2025. Okay. So, the SD-WAN basically a product that was especially for the Cisco. It was introduced by the Viptela. Viptela was one of the company. First of all, let me explain how many vendors available in the market for the SD-WAN. So if I talk about the vendors, so if I talk about the SD-WAN, SD-WAN is a broader product. Means software defined networking. One we have the WAN versus sorry. One we have the WAN, that is the wide area network versus we have the SD-WAN. So I believe WAN everyone know about, right? What is the WAN? I'll discuss what is the difference between the WAN and the SD-WAN. Definitely we'll compare, but let's understand. If I talk about the SD-WAN, that means doesn't only one vendor available in the market. That's Cisco. No, it's not a true. If I talk about the SD-WAN, there are a lot of vendors available in the SD-WAN. Likewise, we're talking about the Cisco SD-WAN. Sometimes you can find the Viptela SD-WAN. Sometime you're going to find as the Catalyst SD-WAN. Sometime you're going to find as a Meraki SD-WAN. You are going to find as a Palo Alto SD-WAN. You are going to find as a Velo Cloud SD-WAN. You are going to find as a Silver Peak SD-WAN. Nokia Noaz SD-WAN. G-Scaler SD-WAN, right? Kato SD-WAN, Versa SD-WAN. So there are a lot of vendors. So even I write, it is going to be 20 plus vendors, which I know, right? So are they same? First of all, are they same? The answer is no, not all same. Likewise, you can think we have the Cisco router versus we have the Juniper router, right? Both are the router, HP router, Nokia router, Brocket router, Huawei router, ZT router. All are the router, but all router are not the same. This is the Cisco vendor and this is Juniper vendor. So if you go and run the static routing configuration, here you're going to run the static routing configuration, meaning is going to be same for the both of the router. If you're going to configure the BGP here, you are going to configure the BGP here, OSPF here. The concept of the protocol is going to be same, but router is not going to be same. The syntax is totally going to be different, right? Means the way of the configuration, troubleshooting command, everything, hardware architecture might be going to be different. Yes, Rajiv sir, please go ahead. If you have
Regarding Viptela SD-WAN, right? I think Viptela is the end of life, right?
Yeah, I'm going to talk. I'm going to summarize that also. Okay. I'm going to talk these all. Just give me one more minute. Okay. I'll explain everything, especially for these 4 products. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So we have the different routers. All routers are going to be do the same kind of work. They're going to do the same routing protocol output configuration understanding is going to be same, but the way of the configuration is going to be totally different, right? Similarly, if I talk about the SD-WAN are also a same concept, means every vendor have to use the same concept, means they have the same kind of the methodology to run the SD-WAN solution. But the way of doing the configuration, the way of doing the troubleshooting, the way of doing any kind of the deployment is going to be totally different. Clear? Means if I'm talking about the SD-WAN across industry, solution is going to be same. What is the solution? Let me brief you, do the discussion in very detail. We have the one single router. Let's suppose this is a router. This router have all 3 planes. What are the 3 planes? They have the data planes. They have the control planes. And they have the management planes. Basically, this is the 3 planes available in the one of the routers or might be switches, whatever we have, or firewalls. But when we talk about the SDN solution, the SDN solution that is known as a software defined networking. And in this SDN solution, we have a 3 flavor, which I'm going to explain. Just give me a few minutes. But in this SDN solution, we have one of the sub flavor that is SD-WAN. But this SDN solution is going to tell you, hey, you not have to keep all 3 things in one place. You have to decouple them and you have to move in different places. Means the data plane is going to be one place. The control plane is going to be one place and the management plane is going to be happen with the one place. So they all are not going to stay in the one place. And what is the advantage we are going to get? I'm going to discuss about it. But yeah, this is how, means within the box something was there, but they decouple entire box functionality and they put in different locations, and they connected over that solutions, and then it is going to become more efficient. And how it is going to become more efficient, we'll discuss about that. Just hold your thoughts for time being. I'm just giving the brief idea. Now let's move to the discussion like SD-WAN routers or SD-WAN solution, which we are going to use here. They all are basically going to do the similar kind of the concept, but only difference is they have the different set of the rule, different set of the regulation, different set of the UI for doing the configuration, right? So what is Cisco? What is Viptela? What is the Catalyst? What is the Meraki? Technically, these all are from the Cisco, right? Cisco is the company. Cisco is the company, Juniper is one company, like SL is a company, Wipro is a company. Cisco is the company based on the US. They have a lot of products, means they manufacture routers, they manufacture switches, they manufacture firewall, proxy, cloud solutions, access point, a lot of products. If you go and check their product list, there are thousands of products. Some are the EOL, some are still working, means different models they have also in sub product. So Cisco actually a big company. Viptela was a different company. Meraki was a different company, right? So Cisco acquired Viptela, right? And also Meraki. But still their solutions was available in the market till last year. Still it is having the solutions available in market with the help of the Viptela. Meraki is still available, but they completely acquire and they just done some kind of the fine tuning on that solutions and rebranding on that solution. So what happened? Viptela was the company who started around 2014 or 15. I need to check exact, but in this era they had launched the SD-WAN solutions, and after launching the solution, their product was too much popular. And who was the company founder? Basically, the people who started the Viptela company and developed the product that Viptela SD-WAN here, they are basically ex-Cisco employees. So they learned some concept from Cisco. Based on that, they started this company. And after starting this company, they made a very brilliant product. And that was the Viptela. And it was very popular that time. So Cisco thoughts, instead of making one competitor in a market who is doing very great, and I can just go and means if I'm going to leave this Viptela in the market, definitely it is going to cut my business. Even I have the very good product. Somehow my competitor is there, so they will also go in the market and they will sell the product. So how I can eliminate this one step so I have less competitor in the market? So they completely did the deal with the Viptela and they acquired this company. So once they acquire this company, now Viptela become a Cisco. So these two are become one. So they start selling the product with the help of the Cisco SD-WAN. And also they start selling the product as a Viptela. But technically, the both are the same, means they are the Cisco only, right? What a different Viptela and Cisco? When Cisco acquire Viptela, whatever they have the ASR routers, they have the ISR router, they have the CSR router. These all router earlier was plain WAN aggregation router or might be normal WAN router. Means you can use the ISP, you can use any WAN edge location with ISP connection with connectivity, or might be the enterprise network. But what they have done, Viptela have their own devices, like they have the vManage, they have the vBond, they have the vSmart, they have the vEdge router. So these are the controllers. These three are the controllers. These are the actually routers. They have a different models. We'll discuss later. I'll explain step by step everything, what the model they have and what are the capacity of that model. But once Cisco acquire, they thought if I go in the market and I ask my customer, hey customer, I sell last year very good product. That was my ASR, ISR, and CSR. And you paid for the multi-million dollar for me. And now if I'm going to ask, hey customer, can you take my new baby, new product? And again, you pay me multi-million dollar. So it's just, very common sense, customer is going to say, I'm not going to pay because last year, or might be some customer is going to be convinced, but majority of them are going to deny because already I paid a lot of amount and you coming to me again in the next year and saying, hey, again you pay me. So how I can arrange my budget? And company generally not going to do such on-fly transitions because there is a huge cost is going to be involved. Makes sense? So instead of they're going to say you entirely replace your WAN solution, they come with a solution. They know the customers have 10,000 routers. They are the ASR, ISR, CSR. So instead of going and say you entire fabric need to change, they come with a solution. They say you have a devices, you don't have to purchase devices again with me. But what we can do that, you just purchase the new set of the controller which you don't have. So this cost might be going to be XYZ. So you have to purchase the controller and router you don't have to purchase because the major investment is going to happen on the routers because that is required to all branch location. Controllers are basically only a few. Basically might be 6, might be 10 or 9 like that, or might be only 3. But your routers are going to be 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 because it's located in every site, which is every location via the WAN connectivity. So smartly they move to the customers and say, you already taken our products, just do minor upgrades on the license. You have to pay some basic amount for the license. Then your router is going to become a SD-WAN router. And you have to take controller subscriptions. So you have to pay for that. So customer will think, yes, still my router amount is not going to pay for the Cisco. And I just have to pay some small amount and my fabric is going to become a next generation fabric. So just a win-win situation for the customer. They feel like it's a good deal. And that's why this Cisco SD-WAN and Viptela SD-WAN start rocking in the market because old customer who have already CSR, ASR, ISR, CSR routers available in their infrastructure, they start upgrading, and new acquisition, new customers who not have this kind of the any platform and they want to upgrade their WAN solution and they want to deploy their WAN solution, they start purchasing their Viptela SD-WAN solution. So where they start selling that. So that's why Cisco become very popular because they have the very good market presence across the globe and it still have the monopoly in the market, right? So in short, Cisco Viptela is the same. Then what is a Catalyst? So Catalyst is just the name. Means technically it's a Cisco SD-WAN or Viptela SD-WAN. But recently what they have done, they rebranded last year. Just rebranded after 20.16 image code. They just rebranded. Not 2016, 20.x. I need to check 13 was there or 12 was there. They just rebranded the entire fabric with the same hardware infrastructure, same cloud-based infrastructure, just they did the repackaging, rebranding, repackaging, and they just introduced a new term that is a Catalyst SD-WAN. Means it's the same Cisco or Viptela, but the brand name has been changed. Means they just replaced Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN. So I'll explain more about that. So these all three are the same. Any question, guys, in this story, or everyone clear about it? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, sir, before Viptela, what Cisco was using for their controllers?
Cisco SD-WAN was not there before Viptela. So there was no controller-based concept. There was one concept Cisco were using that is known as the IWAN before SD-WAN, intelligent WAN. And this was based on the controller. But that was the fail solution. I mean, this was not very popular solution. They introduced for the many customer, but it was not successful, delivered, and it was just stopped by the Cisco. That was the IWAN. But Viptela was the vendor who introduced very first, and Cisco acquired that. So technically, if you ask, Cisco doesn't have any solution before Viptela for SD-WAN or controller-based networking.
So Viptela is the inventor of SD-WAN technology.
Yes, especially for the Cisco SD-WAN technology. if you're talking about the inventor, so Viptela was the company who invented the SD-WAN. Cisco acquired that. So now, if you ask technically, so it's the company of the Cisco only. But Viptela was the different company, but later it was acquired by the Cisco. Clear, Sakil?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Similarly, still Meraki SD-WAN is there. You can see this is the Meraki SD-WAN. This SD-WAN is still there. This SD-WAN is also using a different solutions from the Cisco only, because Meraki was the company, Cisco acquired that. So if you are using the Meraki product, you can use the Meraki SD-WAN as well. So that's not related to Cisco, Viptela, and Cataly. That is a different solution totally. Different UI, different kind of the way of the configuration, different kind of hardware sets that is going to be used. Similarly, like we have the Polo also, we have the Silver Peak, we have the Nokia Nova, Zscaler, FortiGate SD-WAN. So these SD-WANs are also like very popular in the market, and they are also fulfilling the purpose, because once one product is going to launch in the market, there are a lot of competitors also going to be available in the market. So they are giving the good competition to the Cisco. So Cisco is the one, FortiGate is second. We have the Versa. We have the Polo.
Which will be the easy in configuration?
Just give me one minute. Rajkumar, just give me 1 minute. Then we have the Velo. Yeah, Rajkumar, go ahead. What are you asking?
Yeah, which will be the easy in all this comparing? Easy in configuring.
Okay. They're tricky questions. Okay. Let me. So whatever the 5 vendor I have written here, you most probably going to find these are the vendor who's going to mostly available in the market. Means Cisco, why Cisco? Cisco is very popular and they have the monopoly. So if you are the customer of Cisco, definitely you are going to use the Cisco SD-WAN solution. But if you are looking the very cost-effective solution, means you want to save the cost, this FortiGate is going to be game changer for you. Very small solutions, very like kind of the you have to pay a small amount if I compare with the Cisco, Versa, Polo, and the Velo, and you can easily deploy with any firewalls available with you. Just you have to upgrade your images and that is going to ready to work. So that is a FortiGate. Versa also very reliable, Polo also very reliable, Velo Cloud also. So they are the top five SD-WAN solutions available in the market, but they have the totally different concept. Means SDN concept is going to be same, but what is going to be differ their actual UI. Means once you log into the dashboard, how you're going to configure command syntax. That is going to be different for all the vendors. Asking to the Rajkumar, like which is going to be easy to configure. So to be honest, every vendor is easy to configure and troubleshoot if you have the right knowledge, because you have to basically work on the GUI. And most GUI, like you can see any website, any company website, they create the GUI, so they do the market research. They do the means how Cisco is planning some drag and drop features, how they have some kind of the template feature, they have the policy feature, they have the traffic streaming feature. Similarly, they design for their product as well. So only might be tabs are going to be different, syntax is going to be different, but if you know the syntax, if you have the access of the UI access, you're probably able to do that. So I believe if you get the access of these vendors and you learn about that, you can do the configuration. Only what complexity is going to add, which vendor is going to provide the best support once the product is live. So I believe Cisco nobody is going to beat. This is the one of the top quality of the vendor. The Polo top quality of vendor. Their hardware stability, their vendor support. That's the outstanding. Yes, Rajiv sir, please go ahead.
Sir, I have one doubt. Like Viptela are using controller, right? vManage, vSmart, vBond, right? So all other vendors are also using a controller or not?
Yes, all are having the same concept. All are going to use the controller. Means every vendor have the controller, every vendor have the edge routers. Means without controller, nothing is going to like work. Let's take in a Versa, right? So they have the Versa manager, Versa controllers, right? Versa analytics. So Versa manager, Versa analytics, Versa controllers. So similarly, Cisco we have, Velo we have, right? Velo controllers, Velo kind of the dashboard we have. That is a centralized dashboard. So everyone have the controllers. Rajiv.
Okay.
Same concept. I'm going to come on that particular topic, but yes, the vendors are going to be different. My controllers name are going to be different, right? But still controller are going to be required. My routing underlay routing protocols might be going to be differ. My controller protocols might be going to differ, but concept is going to be same. Clear?
Okay.
Supports are yes, Srikant?
Sir, actually, as you said, like Cisco is trending.
Your voice is
So similar.
yes, please go
Hello.
ahead. Yes,
Yeah.
go
So
ahead.
similarly, we have even Arista as well in trending. Like, is there any kind of like SD-WAN similar technology belongs to
Arista, you're talking,
Arista
right?
side? Yes, yes.
I need to check Arista have the SD because I'm not familiar with Arista, but let me check.
Yeah, they have Cloud Vision portal CUP as SD-WAN. So is it
I'm not sure about this Arista one. Yeah, they have Arista deliver SD-WAN feature technology cloud managed services. They have some sort of the SD-WAN. So offer the SD-WAN solution called the Pathfinder. You can see, but I have not worked on it. Okay, so you can see this is also they have kind of the cloud visions. So name is going to be different. SD-WAN features they have, SASE integration they have, AWF 5000 series. Might be they are going to be edge routers. I'm not sure, but I have to read through the solutions. But they have. Okay, Srikant.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Okay, so let me move further to just discuss one more story. So we discuss about the vendors. We discuss about the like different flavor of the SDN, especially for the Cisco. Now let's discuss what is SDN and why this SDN come in a picture. SDN basically software defined networking. So we have to understand there was term networking versus software defined networking. I hope we all done the CCNA. What is networking? Anyone can explain? What is networking? Anyone? Anyone?
Okay, multiple locations to routers, switches, data centers.
Okay, very good. Okay, so guys, we know that networking means, if I talk with a very simple layman language, if you done the CCNA, networking means if I have one device and want to talk to any other device, they have to first build a network, right? If they are not going to build the network, they cannot build the communication. Means if I have any file here, device A and device B have another file they want to exchange. So they might have to connect via the cables. They might have to connect via the any kind of the any kind of the internet connection, right? So that only they are going to exchange the actual packets. If I'm not going to connect, their network is not going to build, right? So that's the one network, right? So means if you want to build a network, you have to make the connectivity at least from one to another device. Two devices must be there. But if I talk about the networking is basically to same process we have to build with the multiple devices. Means as a process, we have to establish a connection and sessions in a larger framework where we can communicate or transmit our digital packets. Our digital communication is going to be happen. So networking could be in your social networking. Social networking is there. You are using the social networking website like using the Facebook, Instagram. They all are the like you have the Twitter X. They all are the social networking website. What is happening there means you have the lot of friend circles. They are connecting over there and sharing the ideas, sharing the informations. So that's the building the networking. That is social networking. Means you have the collection of the peoples who are exchanging the information. You're getting that information. Similarly, in digital era, if I talk about the networking is something where we have the collection of the multiple devices. They are located in multiple geography location or might be the same location but different department, different floors. So they help to build a very good process, very good infrastructures where I can exchange my communication. That's basically networking. Means it is going to maintain connection between the individuals, group, organizations, and any kind of the ISP. So this was keep happening because we have the LAN, LAN networking, we have the WAN networking, we have the data center networking. These all are happening. But what was the problem in LAN, WAN, and data center? So that SDN come in a picture to just improve those kind of the problems. We have to understand that. So SDN is a software defined networking means earlier networking was not software driven. It was like based on the iOS, and iOS have some pre-programmed things and they have to run as per the pre-programmed features. But there was no intelligence was available where we can do some customized thing as per your intent. Means if I want to do something in LAN, can I do? Earlier it was very unflexible. You don't have that much flexibility. But now if you integrate with the SDN solution, you have the much and more flexibility. Similarly for the WAN, similarly for data center, because we have only 3 domains where we doing all networking, but there was no SDN before that. So that's software defined networking come in a picture who introduced some kind of the additional feature in this LAN, WAN, and DC, and they become the very popular in the market. So what they have done basically in SDN, they developed the 3 products. One is that the SD-LAN, that also known as the SD access. They developed one of the product that is the SD-WAN, which we're discussing right now. They discuss for data center, the ACI. That's for the data center. This is for the WAN. This is for the pure LAN. And this is for data center. So SDN was means you have to add some software. You have to add some intelligence your any legacy LAN, WAN, and data center. So that's why when my router was there, every decision was happening on the based on the brain, which is available in the router. Means control plane, management plane, data plane was everything available on the router. But when SDN was developed, they decouple that all planes and put in the central location. And after that, they have some additional feature where real time what is happening in my statistics for any communication, that is start monitoring. And we have the all visualization graphs basis output in front of the administrator who can understand what is happening in my network. So SD-LAN, basically SD access might be you have it. Again, it's going to use the controller based solution that is known as my DNA center. That is known as DNAC controller. Okay. That is known as the vManage. That is a controller where you can manage everything. And for this ACI application centric infrastructure, that is known as the AP controller. So these are different controllers are going to be deployed. These are the actually brains controller. If I'm talking about not only one single component, they have the multiple component which we'll discuss, but they are the brain. They are going to sit in some centralized location and they are going to build the decision making process. You can think about this way. Let's suppose we all are in the India, except I believe people are not from the India. So if any global policy, especially for the India, across all the state we want to enforce. So who is going to build that policy? It makes sense like the government of India sitting in the New Delhi, they have some certain good brains going to talk, might be IAS officers, and they are going to draft and then they are going to present that under the parliament and then they have the discussion. All leaders are going to have a discussion. Then they are going to further sign up that particular bill. So that means decision was taken in central location and that decision is going to be enforced across the all locations. So everyone have to follow that. Any changes is going to happen in decisions, that is again the brain is going to take, which is inside of New Delhi, and other people have to follow. Same process in the SDN means we have the one central location. Sitting in that central location, even LAN want to send one packet to another LAN switch port, it cannot do by himself unless and until my instruction is going to come from my central location, or might be instruction is available in my brain, then only I can follow that. Means policy has been drafted from the central location, it's sent to one of the district collector can only enforce that policy if that policy available with him. If not available, he cannot enforce that policy. Similarly, it's going to happen in the SDN solutions as well. Is it clear till now? Any doubt? Any questions? You guys can give me thumbs up. You can just say yes or no, anything if you feel. If all good, then we can move next. Any question? Yes, Rajkumar.
Which will be the most popular in these three?
Means SD-LAN, SD-WAN, ACA talking?
Yes.
All three are the popular. Means if you're learning the SD-LAN also, you're going to get the equal opportunity. WAN is more popular. Why? Because they have the more WAN circuits available. Okay. LAN are basically lesser. So you might going to get less opportunity, but WAN is everywhere, right? LAN might be a small who knowing the WAN who can manage the LAN as well. Data center, everywhere is available. So ACI is also. So if you're learning the SDXS, SD-WAN, ACI, or all three, you are going to become the SDN engineer. Okay, Rajkumar ji?
Yeah, got it.
All right. Okay. So let's discuss
Sir,
some.
what about this SD-LAN, which is managed by DNAC? So, is this also part of our curriculum now, or is this?
No. Let me clarify. So SDN have three childs: SDXS, SD-WAN, and ACI. We are not going to touch this one. We are not going to touch this one. We are going to, because they are two different courses, okay? And two different labs, all right? So we are going to just talk about the SD-WAN. But they are DNAC controller. Here's the APIC, and here's the vManage. So you're going to learn about the vManage, another controller. Okay, Austin?
Okay.
Okay. Now, probably.
So if I learn SD-WAN, can I get some knowledge about ACI? Is it?
Can you repeat, Srikanth, your question again?
I'm taking course for SD-WAN. So if I learn the SD-WAN, can I able to work in ACI?
No, ACI you have to learn. That is totally different technology. You have to learn how to create the VXLAN, how to create the rich domains, right? And extended VLANs, what is my leaf and spine fabric? That is totally different concept together. So ACI is like something pure in data center, and their terminology is totally different. Okay, Srikanth?
Thank you.
Okay. Now let's have understanding. If someone is going to ask you, what is difference between traditional WAN versus, sorry. So what is different with traditional WAN versus SD-WAN? So let me just explain one by one so you can have a understanding. We'll shortly summarize this because I know there's a lot of theory happened today. Initially we go very slow, but let's understand. Traditional SD-WAN, how my routing was happen. Means any router if I have, the routing was happen based on the hardware's router. Means whatever router they have, means router itself was going to do the routing. Means they have the CPU, central processing unit, they have the data plane, they have a control plane, and based on that, the routing was going to happen. But if I talk about the SD-WAN, they are basically, router is basically brainless devices. Means all routing is going to happen based on the controllers. So here routers are brainless, means they don't know how to do routing. That's the most important thing you have to understand. Means traditional routers, traditional WAN was basically based on the hardware driven, but in the SD-WAN, this is something software driven. Means we have the hardware, still we require the router, but that router might not have, means not might, they not have the capability to do self decision for any routing. That's the key difference we have. Make sense? How it is going to happen, we'll discuss. But you have to understand, means if I talk about traditional, I have the router. That router have the all capabilities. Let me show you. I'll explain this one. See, let's suppose this is my router. This router have the control plane, they have the IO module, they have the switch fabric. He himself is going to do everything without any problem. But if I talk about the SD-WAN, those routers are not, let's suppose I have the router. They are totally going to dependent on the my control planes. They are not going to do anything by themselves. So that is what I'm trying to make a point here. Clear? They are, if I talk about the normal, any questions, Rajiv?
Yeah, so sir, as per your legacy network, it's work like processed by one device, right?
Right. That's more precise. Yeah. But in the SD-WAN, we have the centralized locations. I'll explain how the centralized location is going to come in picture. But I'm just trying to make a small differences so you have some basic idea. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I talk the generic connection type, if I talk a traditional WAN, it was basically two type solution. We are going to use the MPLS, or might we are going to use the lease line, that is based on the internet. Lease line, that is a internet basically I'm talking. MPLS is also lease line. So transport was little bit limited for the traditional WAN. But if I use the SD-WAN here, SD-WAN can support MPLS. It can support your broadband as well. It can support your LTE as well, 5G as well. And also it is going to support any transport. Transport is ISP. Earlier, we have to use some good ISP links, either internet or might be the MPLS. But broadband was not capable to, run your businesses over the, normal routers because they not have the capability to understand what the traffic is going, how to do troubleshooting, how to monitor the matrix. So that problem was there in the legacy, but the SDN solved that problem and they make the any transport you're going to use that's going to support your end-to-end routing segmentation, then the traffic like that is going to be carried. The third thing, the most important, if I talk about the traffic routing, that how the traffic routing is going to happen in the traditional WAN is still we can do the routing, that is a static routing, you can do that. You can do the dynamic routing. Dynamic routing, you can use the BGP, OSPF, EIGRP, right? ISIS. These all option is available. If I talk about this SD-WAN. SD-WAN, first of all, they require the static routing, they require dynamic routing, but that is for your underlay connectivity. We have the one concept that is known as the underlay, and we have another concept which is known as the overlay. So we have to understand what is underlay and what is the overlay. I'll explain later on. So I still requires this technology for my underlay connectivity. If this routing protocol is not going to available, especially for the static and the BGP, probably my SDN fabric is not going to build. But on top of that, they use the new routing protocol, that is OMP. So the routing protocol is going to use OMP. That's the one thing. What other thing you have to remember? These routing protocols always do the routing based on the destination IP address only. Means here routing happens based on IP address only. Means you cannot do the routing based on the Facebook application. You cannot do the routing based on the Google application. You cannot do the routing based on the any Microsoft Team application, Outlook application. No, you cannot do that. You can always do the routing based on your destination IP address. Let's suppose I have one packet. This packet have the source IP address, destination IP address. Means any application, any URL you're accessing, they must have some IP address, right? Source IP address might be have the 192.168.10.10. Destination might be have the 13.10.12.9. And this map as a FQDN as a www.google.com. Let's suppose this is IP map. So your router is going to, your PC is going to change this Google to the IP, and your router is going to do the routing based on your IP, not Google application, not your Teams application. But SD-WAN can do something better than that. Means it can do the routing still based on the destination. IP based routing is going to happen. Plus, they also have a capability to do the application aware routing. Means if you want to do the routing based on WhatsApp, you can do that. Facebook, you can do that. Instagram, you can do that. YouTube, you can do that. So this is the key feature we have. Means routing is still available. Underlay you have, overlay you have at the static. But here it is going to use still, but on top of that we have the OMP. That is known as the overlay management protocol. Clear? We'll discuss later on, but I'm just telling you, overlay management protocol is one of the protocol that is going to use the SD-WAN. Is it clear, everyone, till here? Any doubt about this routing, static, link, router, decisions, application routing? Any questions? Or shall I go next one?
Vishalji, just one thing. I was little away when you started this. The first thing mentioned router CPU, and what is the next on the right side? Router.
I mean, the router are the brainless in SD-WAN.
Okay.
Router the brainless. They have the CPU, they have the control plane, they have the data plane, they have the management plane, everything in the router. Means every function is going to happen within the router. But here in the SD-WAN, they are the brainless router. Means you don't have the controlling capability. You have the only data plane capabilities.
So mostly we're talking on the right side, it's of the edge, right?
Yes, edge routers we're talking. Router to router we are just talking, because WAN is all about the routers, right? So how the SD-WAN router is going to function, how my traditional router is going to function, that we're talking right now.
Okay.
Okay, man? Yep. All right. Now, let's move to the fifth point. In normal traditional router, you have the only one thing to do the configuration. What you can do that? You have the decentralized CLI based config. Means CLI based config, you can do that. And that is also decentralized. Why decentralized? I'm using the word because you have not some sort of the tool or management or one single pane of glass where you can sit and you can manage your all WAN routers. You can always have to go in the putty, or might be the secure CRT, might be you have to go on the some other Terraform tool where you have to log in the individual routers one by one and you have to do the configuration. And if you log into the one router, you're going to visualize one graph only. Means not graph, CLI output, whatever the static disk is available. So we not have something centralized where I can sit and I can see how my thousands of router is doing, whether my thousands router up or down. We can use the monitoring tool, SolarWind and all. They are going to give some output, a centralized output, but still that is a third party tool is going to require. Means you have to invest again of money. So that's the problem, right? You can do, but it still requires integration skill set. The cost is going to be more higher for you. So that's why you have the CLI based everything that is a decentralized. So let me put it here. Decentralized. But if I talk the same in the SD-WAN, everything is centralized. Centralized means you can have the CLI based access also plus GUI access, and centralized means you have to sit in the one place. And by sitting in the one place, you can do everything, whatever you want to do that about your troubleshooting, configuration, means whatever you want to do that, you can do that. Clear? Let me move further. If you want to take guys snap, you can take it, else I'll just clear the screen. I'll move to the next.
One question, Shan, I think that can be covered much later as well. But when we talk about this 4 point, fourth one, right? Left side is clear, IP based only. On the right side, it is just like, the application based
Application
routing.
routing.
Yeah, just very basic question. It is like, we do it on the specific application IP,
We
or
have the lab. We have the proper lab. I'll proof in the lab. We have to discuss this in very detail. Let me show you.
but just very basic overview. Just like,
Yeah, I'm going to definitely not basic. It is going to be advanced because we have the module for this. See, this is the application, the first module, application aware routing. So first we have to understand how it is going to be happen. Application aware routing. We'll have to good understanding on the concept, how transport is going to be happen, how routing is going to happen, what a parameter, and then we have to do labs as well, Amit. Okay, so we'll get the more understanding. Will it make sense?
Definitely. But is it something like port based, or the specific server IP based? Only this.
Let me explain. So if I talk about the more specific about the application AR, application aware routing.
It is for SLA, right?
Let me tell you. First thing, you can use the port numbers. You can use the SLA. You can use the applications. All three parameters are going to. What is the port number? Let's suppose you're going to talk about the port 80. So what service it is going to represent? HTTP, right? You're going to use the port 443. What service? That is the HTTPS. If you want to use the port number 23, that is a telnet. SLA, we'll discuss. Service level agreement, how it is going to. Application is your WhatsApp, your YouTube, your Instagram. Let's take an example. This is my LAN user. This connected with a switch. Very simple topology. This switch have the further R1 and R2. This is your internet MPLS. Take an example. This is my data center. It's also connected with the R1, R2. This data center have some sort of applications. let's suppose app 1 work on the HTTP, right? App 2 means any application work on the HTTPS. Now this is the user, right? Let's suppose this one have the IP. Let me make it more simplified so you can understand in more detail. This one have the IP, let's suppose 192.168.10.1. This one have the 192.168.10.2. You're running the BGP, you're running the BGP, you're running the BGP, you're running the BGP. An entire subnet you are advertising to the from the data center to LAN. So when the PC want to go for these subnets, either app 1 or app 2, they will always check in normal scenario which, like, let's suppose I'm running the BGP, which route is getting best from the R1 or R2. So whatever the coming the best, they will send the traffic via that particular link. Make sense? You know the basic routing concept.
Yes,
Clear,
yes.
right? So because both are the same subnet, so let's suppose I advertise the route 192.168.10.0/24. Either it is going to receive by switch or router via this link or this link. So whatever the best link is there, it is going to be happen. So this is a traditional routing. But let's suppose I'm using the SD-WAN routing and I'm going to put some intelligence. I'm going to tell my router, hey router, I want, in regard to what subnet it is coming, I'm going to tell this router, if you receiving the HTTPS traffic, you have to always send via this link to app 1. And if you want to go HTTP traffic, let me use this one. You always send via this link. So this was not possible in the legacy WAN, but now I can HTTP traffic. I can do that. So even this is the based on the port numbers. Now this is based on the port number because port 80 represent the HTTP, port 443 represent the HTTPS. This story is clear, everyone, especially Amit. You understand, right? So this flexibility I'm going to get. I have the same subnet, but still I can redirect some traffic via this link, some traffic via this link based on the special services, special ports. That's the one concept. Similarly, if I want to go on the internet, and let's suppose both are connected with the internet, I want to send my Facebook traffic, especially for the application, via this link, I can send it. If I want to send via YouTube, I can do that. And SLA is there, we'll discuss later. SLA is something, let's suppose any traffic I'm sending, I'm forcing my Facebook traffic should go via this R1. YouTube traffic should go via the R2. But my link is going to degrade it in certain level. So automatic failover is going to happen. It will just move to my secondary routers. That's the SLA. Make sense?
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll discuss later on. We'll do the lab also because we have the lab proper for this one.
So maybe I just wanted to know, just because what we was doing for one of the major telco, right? If you've heard about this Arbor tool or maybe Peak View, this is just like this handles the BGP traffic, and it is just like having a vision on what exactly traffic or from which area you are getting the hits, and then you can do traffic engineering. So I was just like wanted to compare if it is the same working or different.
No, it's a good. So you get some idea, right?
Yes. Thank you.
All right. So let's back to our topic. So we were about to conclude that. So let me go here. So I was talking. Yeah. So we discussed about that CLI GUI. Basically, if you want to compare further, we're talking about the WAN versus SD-WAN. Just I'm writing here. This we are trying to do the compare. If I talk about the application performance, let's suppose you're trying to do any application performance management. So in WAN, probably no performance matrix available with us unless or until you are going to integrate some third-party tool. But if I talk about the SD-WAN, everything is going to be optimized. Means they have all metrics available on the dashboard. Every data you can telemetry which is coming from your router to any destination, from destination to the router, they are going to be visualize, and based on that, you can optimize the path. Whatever you think, like this link is going to be chalked. So you can just fall back the traffic to different link. So that is going to optimize your path. And based on that, you can just fail over the traffic. You can get the best quality of service as well. Right? So that's also app performance optimization. You can do that. If I talk about this especially security was not available in the your WAN. This is zero. You have to always integrate your third-party firewall like ASA firewall. You have the Polo firewall. You have the FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint firewall. But in SD-WAN, you have the inbuilt security. So inbuilt security means inside you have the all firewall feature. You have the all URL filtering. You have the application filtering. You have the DNS security. You have the next Gen firewall feature. Means everything is available in the complete in the SDN network, which was not available on the your normal WAN solution, right? If I talk about the failover, if I talk, there is limited auto failover feature are available, but most time you have to do even the manual. You can configure the auto failover, but that is at the complex and the limited. You can do that. Means any service degradation is going to be happen. So it's very challenging to do the failover. Means link is going to down, you can do the failover. But if my service, let's take an example. I have this one the router, this one the router. They're connected with ISP. Let's take in this ISP. This is my LAN. Here is a user. If my traffic is going via this link is going to down, then failover is going to happen. But this link is not down, but there is the packet loss. Still, my performance is going to be impacted, but failover is not going to happen. This is the problem in the legacy WAN. But if I use this on the SDN solution, even my performance is going to degrade in certain level. I have the SLA criteria that we discussed right now. That is going to trigger and my auto failover is going to happen. So that is another advantage we have. Clear? So these are the automatic failover feature available. We have the limited means feature in the WAN. And definitely it's going to be very complex and costly. So cost is going to be very high and complexity is going to be very high for this one. But here you talk about that, it's less complex and less complexity. And it's going to be policy driven things in the SDN. So I believe this is what you should know. Obviously, I'll explain via the PPT. Still, I don't discuss about the course curriculum. We have to discuss in the next class. But I just wanted to give the good flavor so you understand how the SDN solution is going to look like, what are different challenges we have, and how we can overcome these challenges by using the SDN solution. Okay. So guys, any question till now? Or we are good? I believe I was having an agenda to discuss the course content, but we'll discuss in the next class. Because we already have 1.5 hours. In the very first session, I generally go with the 1 hour.
Do we do not need a any other firewall if we use SD-WAN?
Yes, you don't require any firewalls. You can do everything with the Cisco SD-WAN itself. They have the inbuilt firewall features.
Okay.
Everything you can do, what firewall can do that.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Ajay?
Okay.
And is it like the added cost is there, or it's the inbuilt feature? Maybe when you buy this service, just like Uni
You just have
SD-WAN.
to, when you purchase the services, you have to take a license. It's already available. Just you have to pay the license. You don't have to pay for the hardware. That's
So
in box.
mostly, if you have the infrastructure already there for the security, right, you can just buy the normal feature of SD-WAN and you can continue with that.
Yes. You don't have to pay any extra hardware thing. You just have to enable the features and you have to start it because these firewall features require the license. You have to, even you're going to purchase the Palo Alto firewall, Cisco firewall, you want to do URL filtering. You have to require the license. If you don't have license, you cannot do that. Similarly, here you have the firewall feature available. If you want to do the normal packet filtering level, it's a free. But you want to do the extensive like packet filtering, DNS control, then you require the license and contract. But this is available by default in the box. You just have to enable.
So, sir, hypothetically, if all the organizations they go on SD-WAN solution. So
Mhm.
means nobody's gonna require the Palo Alto firewall. They're gonna just go bankrupt.
Uh, that's a good question, Sakil. I really appreciate, right? That is not a case because every vendors, right? That's why why Palo Alto launched their SD-WAN. I mentioned, na Palo Alto also have the SD-WAN, right?
Oh, yes, you just said
So
that. Yep.
if you want like Palo Alto, you love the Palo Alto, and Palo Alto not have the SD-WAN, and Cisco going to come, hey, come and take my SD-WAN. You can get the firewall feature also. So definitely this is going to be serious business loss, right? And bankrupt is going to be happen. But he's also offering, na. He is giving the competition to the competitor. Hey, why you going to Cisco? You stay with me. I'm giving the same flavor in my box also. So they also integrated firewall plus SD-WAN together.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's also a feature available. But if I ask me like honestly, for firewall, we have a lot of brands mobile phone available in the market, right?
Mhm.
We have the Apple, we have the Samsung, we have the Nokia, other vendors, but still, iPhone is the iPhone, right? Agree. Means everyone is crazy about the iPhones, but still,
Yeah.
all products are available in the market. So similarly, we have the different flavors of the firewalls available in the market. Everyone is offering, but Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Checkpoint is the best firewall available in the market because they have the premium features. And still, Cisco is struggling a lot to meet those requirements. They have the very good, infrastructure, the very good hardware, the very good research and development. Cisco is good in the enterprise product routers, which is firewalls also, but they still lagging behind a lot from the Polo and the FortiGate and Checkpoint.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
it's
you.
very difficult to make them bankrupt. They're also giving a lot of challenges to Cisco. Cisco also struggling because they are also introducing their product now.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, that's why I said it's a hypothetical question. Just wanted to
yeah, no, I
understand.
agree.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I really appreciate because this makes more sense, right? You should know about it. An audience should know about this.
Yeah, seriously, no, I didn't know that SD-WAN offers the
So
the
just
firewall option, just like the Palo Alto
Mhm.
firewall appliances offers. So this was the first time I heard that. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Definitely, it's have the feature. I'll show you in live how it is going to be configured even. Even it's not part of the syllabus, but I'll show you one of the demonstration. I give always
Okay.
bonuses because I know like you guys have to be not surprised if you see in somewhere. We have to learn theoretically in the syllabus, but I'll give one lab how it is going to configure because I am the good in the security, so I love to work on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
okay, so just a question from my side
Mm-hmm.
regarding this security.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay, so here, when we talk about SD-WAN, which has an inbuilt security features, so it's as good as managing individual firewall boxes, DSA, Firewall, or Palo Alto. So
Mm-hmm.
now, let's say in one branch we are deploying SD-WAN technology, okay,
Mm-hmm.
as an overlay. So that means I don't have to use a separate firewall box because SD-WAN itself will take care. So now, what if I have multiple branches in India or across globally? Okay, let's say there are 20 branches located globally, and each
Mm-hmm.
and every branch, I'm talking about hub and spoke concept. Each and every branch has SD-WAN deployed with the security features inbuilt. Now, I want to manage my all the firewalls centrally. Like Firepower, they have something called FMC, and Palo Alto, they have Prisma or something. So with a fully licensed features. So globally, with that license feature, globally I can manage all of my firewalls. Anything like upgrading, anything pushing policies, everything. So I don't have to, go branch by branch. That's to avoid tedious job. So centrally, I want to manage firewall using this FMC or this panorama. So something feature we have in SD-WAN as well.
Yes, I got your question. Here is the answer. We manage. We can do everything.
Okay.
Firewall. Let's suppose you have all branch firewall. You enable the firewall features here. So Palo Alto, not Prisma. That's the panorama, right? For Palo Alto, right? FMC, that's a firepower asset. That's your right. FortiGate, FortiManager, right? So they are different centralized tools. So here you have to use single tool that is going to use for the routing and switching plus firewall. Everything is going to be there. So I'll explore from
Okay.
this device only. Okay, Austin?
Sure.
Clear? All right. So any other questions anyone have, or are we good for today's session? Let's go slow initially. I don't want to give a lot of download initially. So thanks guys. It was a really nice introduction session with you all and nice discussion about some basic concept. We continue this session. We have to learn one more class like we have to cover, and tomorrow we'll connect and we'll cover about the underlay overlay other concept as well. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. See you.